Okay, this is Pink Angel. I'm back. I'd fill you in. I'm still here at the 24th Street McDowell store. As I'm backing out, I'm going to check something real quick. I actually had a very nice conversation with people here at the 24th Street McDowell store. I don't come in here to get in trouble. I'm an auditor for disabled parking places. To let you all know a secret, I watched this thing. I've never been in the military. I knew someone who claimed they were in the military, the naval militia, and they were emotionally disturbed, I guess. I don't want to try to judge or put a label, but they needed some help, and so with that, they ended up just telling me that they were in the naval militia and they were going to open up an airsoft airfield and whatnot. So, and they wore a naval uniform, and basically I watched this thing I'm not in the Navy, I never have been. As a female, I don't think I would enjoy that. But I was up here talking to the 24th Street in McDowell, and I asked them about CBI parking in a disabled, and apparently they're not exempt from parking in it. Now, this car here does have a disabled sticker on it, so I was checking that because it gotten quite busy since I'm here, and there's like a parking place that is just packed up here right now. So, but anyway, back to my point. I watched this thing for his name is Don Shipley, and he cracks down on excuse me, my phone dropped out of the holder up here. I gotta put it in there, I guess, a lot better. He breaks down fake retired Navy SEALs, or those who say that they're SEALs and they're not. And I think I'm not a military female. I've never been in the military. I tried to get in a couple times, but I missed so many questions on the test and whatever. But I didn't go back. But I do think that. So I watched this guy called Don Shipley, who is a retired Navy SEAL, and I do the same thing with disabled parking spaces. You know, people trying to tell me, oh, well, I can park there, and some people don't care about if they park there. They think they're entitled and whatnot, and they're not. It states in there that ARS 2882 and 2884 both have a statute that says you're not allowed to park in a disabled space without an international symbol. And once in a while, not every time, but there are some military people that might think that because they have a military plate, they are allowed to park in a disabled space. And just because they're military does not, that does not void that. So they would still have to have a plate or placard. Although I am thankful that the military does what it does. The sad thing is that now a lot of other people that are part of the LGBT community are not going to be allowed to serve, and I think that's wrong. Trans people especially. But you all voted for this person that's about to take office, and you're into Hitler, and that's what you like. So unfortunately, a lot of you are voting for the wrong person. But I can tell you, I voted for Harris, and I don't consider Trump my president. And no matter what you say or do or comment to me, it's just So just remember that, I'm not going to allow that to go on. So even though Meta's going to allow it, and it's not going to be considered hate speech, but I personally won't allow it. I think that it's wrong of Mark Zuckerberg to do that. So, and the bad thing is it's going to be allowed to be done because of lifting the restrictions. That's anything I'm going to say. But anyway, back to the story. I was talking to the guys talking to the people in 24th Street in McDowell, and I'm there quite a bit. We're there during the day, late at night, and I just make them aware that I'm on there filming. I'm not there to get in trouble. I'm just there it's for them, because even though they have cameras and they might have a good camera, sometimes it helps to get another video from a different perspective if someone's parked in a handicap that's not. They are busy, and I will say that I do like Quick Trip better than Arco and any other places. Although I'm willing to try Arco's food, I've never done that yet. That's supposed to be happening soon, but I don't know if it actually will. But they have chicken, so I may try to see what their chicken's like when I have a little bit extra money to do so. They usually have them up there. But I like Quick Trip a little better. I've always used Quick Trip since I moved here from my home state. And I know that their gas is a little bit more expensive than normal. But when I went to Arco one night, not that long ago, I actually paid. The gas was supposed to be $2.89, and I paid $3.16 a gallon. And the problem I'm having now with my car is that sorry, I'm getting off subject, but so I was talking to the people at Quick Trip, explaining what I do and everything, and talked to the general manager that's there from 5 in the morning till 3, and I met him once. I think his name was Eric or something. I don't know for sure, but they're really nice staff in there for the most part. So it's but one of the girls in there that was working made a derogatory comment, and I politely went and reported it to the manager that was there today. And I was very nice about it. I could have been rude, and they apologized about that to me. And sometimes people won't apologize for something they say normally, but I guess when you're working in a business, that's what they do. So yeah, I did that and was successful at getting an apology. And then I talked to him and said, "Hey, I'm actually the one that does the YouTube channel." So it's not for me. I don't get any kind of money for it. It's not to draw attention, and it's just to make people aware that when I do these videos about disabled parking spaces, there is a statute for it, and I found out that CBI is not exempt from parking there. Now, if CBI, which is Community Bridges, they have a crisis response team, I could see if they were actually there to pick up a person at the store or somebody that was homeless. If it was an emergency situation, I could see them parking there for something, but just to park there. These two drivers were actually in there getting drinks and food for themselves, so they weren't there on a professional status. Now, I mentioned that to a guy inside, and he's like really shocked that, that happened. So even he was a little bit appalled that they would do that, So again, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I think we went up there, maybe even later than that. But I videoed the CBI van, crisis response team, and I haven't found anything out yet. I'm still looking on doing my research on it to see if they're allowed to do that. I haven't found anything yet, but I would part of the police department. They're not really an emergency vehicle. They've got lights on top like a police officer, but I don't think that they are considered any part of law enforcement or anything like that. I don't think that people that do that kind of thing would be allowed to park in, whether it's Quick Trip or whether it's, anything else. So, that's pretty much what I'm gathering. But I'm still looking to see if I can find a statute that allows that, and I haven't. But I also haven't found anything that says I can't do that. But if they're there getting drinks like these two drivers were last night, they shouldn't be allowed to park in that without a handicap plate. So, but the guy I talked to was real nice, and whatnot, and so I wasn't trying to get the lady in trouble. I just wanted to make them aware that I'm not a he, I'm a she. So, coming up, you all will be able to call me whatever you want, as far as on being on Meta, and it won't be considered hate speech, even though it is. Meta is going to make a thing where it's not. So if I post something on Instagram, but I'm still going to call you all out. So just so y'all know that is going to happen, because you might be able to get away with it on Meta, but it ain't going to matter what you say. I'm still going to call you out on it, just like I normally do, regardless. So you have to be mindful of that as well. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to shut this down now because I'm almost at my next destination. It's been fun, and I will talk to y'all later. Pink Angel Ultra. I just wanted to get on here and let you know what happened inside Quick Trip. I couldn't hold my phone and do everything that I was supposed to be doing at that time. That it was happening. Because I had a crutch, so I wasn't able to do more than one thing with that. So, anyway, this is Pink Angel Monitor. I'm out. Tell where that was coming from. Yeah, I couldn't tell where that animal was coming from, so what I did is I was still moving, but I was making sure I was out of their way so they could get by, and then I got over the bridge and I stopped. But I didn't want to be in their way at all, period. So I just kind of, and I wasn't sure where they were coming from. I heard the sirens, but I couldn't tell if they were coming from in front, from the side, or behind. And there was a car behind me as I was coming over the bridge here at down Lincoln, and I didn't know, I couldn't see the vehicle, so I didn't know. So I was looking for it in my side mirror, and I seen it. Once that one car decided to change lanes, and then I kind of got out of their way because I seen they were coming. I was letting them through. I will always let an emergency vehicle like police, fire, ambulance do that. And no matter you're supposed to stop, but like I said, I couldn't see where it was coming from, and I had cars behind me. One guy was honking at me, so I was trying to deal with an angry driver, but that's what I was doing. So, shit, I can't go that way. I thought that lane would go to the right, but it won't. So maybe this Mustang in front of me maybe it will move when the light turns. I got it turned, but it used to be this far lane over here was for right turn only. Apparently, they made it a different kind of mark. that's what I kind of want to talk about. So I've covered everything. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm almost at my next destination. So I'm going to have to let you all go for right now, and I'll post this later tonight, if not before, on my YouTube and whatnot, and go from there. So, all right, Pink Angel Altar out.